Hello everyone and welcome back. I am doing this video under protest because AI Soccer 7 was here the other day and I asked him if he wanted to make a video. I told him he's got 90 wins and cart ride around nothing and we could set up 10 carts and do like all 10 wins at the same time, but instead he said we are going to make a video on a dusty trip. And as you can see, I still haven't even figured out how to open the door yet. I'm pressing R2. Okay, I'm not pressing R2. AI Soccer told me that R2 is actually up, I guess, switch on our joystick on the Xbox controller. But anyways, this game is so unfriendly, I can't do anything. Look at that. I just got here and he's already got the truck already built. So anyways, I'll talk about some other stuff. I spent most of the week fixing my air conditioner, which decided to die just as the weather started hitting 100 degrees every day here in Texas. So I think like today it's like 97. And I finally figured out what the problem was. And the problem was that I'm lazy and I don't clean my air conditioner once a year like you're supposed to. So I've had it for like 6 years and it was full of mold and dust and grime. And that was causing the motor to put too much of a strain. But once I cleaned everything out and poured some vinegar down the drain line and made sure that the emergency shutoff switch was clear and that the whole drain line was clear, and then I cleaned out my evaporator coils and I poured some vinegar down the coil pan to clean that out, and then I let it dry overnight and put everything back together again. And it took about 3 cycles, but then the fan started running normally again. And here it is about 8 hours later and everything seems to be back to normal. So I think I fixed it. And it only cost me like 15 bucks because I had to buy some foam cleaner at the hardware store. And I sprayed the foam on there and that got rid of most of the grime and the mold. It all came off. So crossing my fingers that that's a permanent fix until I have to clean it again in about 6 months. And this time I'll keep up with the schedule. But anyways, I'm not going to talk about a dusty trip. You can watch the video, but like I said, this is under protest. I didn't even want to make this video. AI Soccer threatened to unfriend me if I didn't make it, so I'm going to do something exciting other than a dusty trip. Let me see what I got here. I have got a packet of lens cleaning wipes for my glasses. And it's even got it in Spanish. It says, lens cleaning wipe, toalla limpia lentes. So that's your Spanish lesson for the day. And let's see what the back says. Oh, it's too small, I can't even read it. It says pre-moistened lens wipes, but then it gets really small, and I got my reading glasses on. So if I had dirty glasses and I had to read the instructions on how to clean them, I wouldn't be able to do it because the letters are too small. So the Zeiss company needs to make their lens cleaning wipe instructions larger so people that actually have to use it know how to use it. But I just assume you rip it open and just wipe your glasses with it. But there's about 5 sentences that have words under the directions. So there might be a little bit more to it, but either way, that was exciting. Let me see what else I got here we can talk about other than a dusty trip. Oh, look at that. We made it 400 meters and flipped over. Oh, fortunately, we flipped back over again. So that's what I don't like about this game. The car flips over when you hit the slightest thing. I didn't even see a rock in the road and the car flipped over. Let's see, I got my insurance policy for my homeowner's insurance. Let's see what this says. Millennial Specialty Insurance, P.O. Box 210788, Bedford, Texas. Let's see what the Millennial Specialty Insurance Company has to say. Page 1 of 83. Oh, this ought to be exciting. In the event of a loss, call our 24-hour claim reporting service or your agent. Okay. Let's go to page 2 of 83. Policy period begins at 12:01 a.m. Standard Time at the named insurer's address as stated on the declarations. This is not the insurance contract, and only the agent policy provisions will control. The policy itself sets forth in detail the rights and obligations of both you and your insurance company. Your policy is a legal contract between the named insurer and the company. It is important that you read your policy carefully. Well, that's what we're doing right now, isn't it? Let's see. Page 3 of 83. The Praetorian Insurance Company, serviced by Millennial Specialty Insurance. Your agent is Westwood Insurance Agency, 6320 Canoga Ave, Suite 500, Woodland Hills, California, 91367. That's nice to know. Then it's got my name, it's got the policy number, and it says my coverage for my dwelling is $415,000, and the premium is $2,086. That seems expensive. That's for the entire year though, so that's like $200 a month. Let's see, other structures, $41,500. I didn't even have any other structures. What do they think, I have an outhouse in the back? This is America, we have indoor plumbing. Don't have any other structures. Let me see, personal property unscheduled, $207,500. So I guess that's everything in my house, all my televisions and my Xbox and my recliner that I'm sitting in right now. So if my recliner burst into flames all of a sudden, I was able to escape it, I'd get a check for $207,500. But if you flip your car in a dusty trip, which I think we've done like, there it goes again, which I think we've done like 7 times now, you don't get a dime. You just get to reset your car. Let me see, loss of use. If there's any loss of use of my home, I get $124,000. Personal liability, I get $300,000 for each occurrence. I don't know what that means. And then medical payments, $5,000. So I guess if I stub my toe, I get $5,000. Let's see, in case of loss under Section 1, we cover only that part of the loss over the deductible stated. Deductible Section 1, 1% except 2% of coverage limit A, $8,300 applies to windstorm or hail loss. So I guess if I lose my roof because of a windstorm or hail, I have to pay the first $8,300, and the insurance company will pay the rest of the roofer that I hire. That seems like a big deductible too, seeing as how I'm already paying $2,000 a year, and I've had the same company for 18 years. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Page 5 of 83. Any person who knowingly and with intent to defraud an insurance company or another person, look at that, we died in a dusty trip, wasn't even paying attention. Although I think we did have an airplane crash in front of us at one point. We drove through the fire, so that's coming up pretty soon. Oh, and I got a badge, I think, for going 1,000 meters, which I still don't like meters. They should really have this in miles, not meters. Let's see. Any person who willfully defrauds an insurance company or other person files an application for insurance or statement of claim containing any material false information or conceals the purpose of misleading information concerning any fact material thereto commits a fraud of the Insurance Act, which is a crime and subjects the person to criminal and civil penalties. So don't do that. Okay. Ooh, we got questions and answers. What does my insurance company do with your personal information? Financial companies choose how they share your personal information. Federal law gives consumers the right to limit some, but not all sharing. Federal law also requires us to tell you how we collect, share, and protect your personal information. Please read this notice carefully to understand what we do. Okay, that was pretty boring. Let's see. Who is providing this notice? General Casualty Company of Wisconsin, General Casualty Insurance Company, North Point Insurance Company, Praetorian Insurance Company, QBE America, QBE Insurance Corporation, Specialty Insurance Company, Region Insurance Company, Southern Pilot Insurance Company, and Stonington Insurance Company. Well, that's good to know. Look at that. We're already 10 minutes through this video. We're having so much fun. AI Soccer's struggling to get another engine in the car. After we died, we're getting a new car now. I think it's a Lamborghini. I think it's a Lamborghini. Might be something different. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Let's get to something interesting. Ooh, there's fraud warnings for every state in America. Let's see. If I lived in Rhode Island, any person in Rhode Island who knowingly presents a false or fraudulent claim for payment of a loss or benefit, or knowingly presents false information in an application for insurance, is guilty of a crime and may be subject to fines and confinement in prison. I wonder why they have one for each state. You would think every state would be pretty much the same. I guess some states don't put you in prison if you have fraud. Who knows? Let's see. Page 12 of 83. Look at that. We're already 1/20th of the way through this. How does MSI collect my personal information? We collect your personal information, for example, when you apply for insurance or pay insurance premiums, file an insurance claim or give us your contact information, provide employment information. We also collect your personal information from others, such as credit bureaus, affiliates, or other companies. Okay. Let's see. My coverage overview, and it's got a picture of a house. Covered damages to this home or attached structures such as garage, porch, or deck. Oh. Let's get to the part where there's structures that aren't attached. It says such as unattached garage. I don't have that. I don't have a deck. I don't have a gazebo. Oh, I do have a fence. Maybe they mean my fence. I got a limit of $41,500 in case I have to replace my fence or my driveway. I guess if a meteor hits my fence in my driveway, I'll get a check for $41,500. Come on, meteor, cha-ching, make me rich. All right, what does my policy typically cover? Fire or lightning. If your home is damaged by smoke, fire, or a lightning strike, your policy will help repair or rebuild covered property. Windstorm or hail. Weather events such as a tornado or hail can cause damage or create debris that causes damage that is covered under your policy. Theft or vandalism. This includes attempted theft and loss of property from a known place when it is likely that the property has been stolen. What isn't covered? Okay, this is the... Look at that. Did you see that plane crash right in front of us? Why are there planes crashing on a dusty trip? And what happened to all the dust? Oh, I guess he selected the planes for this one. They have a new one where you can select either a dusty trip or you can go over the plains. I told him not to drive through the crash. Okay, it disappeared. I think there's another plane crash coming up soon. He drives right through it. Okay, what isn't covered? Your policy covers your home from any types of losses, but it doesn't cover everything. Below are some examples of what is not covered. And we flipped over again. Am I covered for that? Because that seems to happen a lot in a dusty trip. Let's see, we're not covered for a flood. This policy does not provide coverage for water damage caused by a flood. Okay. I don't think there's ever been a flood in my area, so I'm not worried about that. Earthquakes. Damage caused by earthquake is only covered if the earthquake appears under the endorsement form section with the premium charge. Okay. Hope we don't get an earthquake. and wear and tear maintenance neglect. Damages or repairs caused by normal wear and tear and general home upkeep are not included in this coverage, which goes back to my air conditioner I was talking about. It is my responsibility to keep it up, and if I don't, and something happens to the house, the insurance company's not going to pay because I'm responsible for certain things too. Okay, important notices. Premium paid by mortgage lender. If your mortgage lender pay for your renewal premium, it would show impound under the first mortgage section of the declaration. And then it's got the name of my bank. And then, let's see what else we got here. Ways I can reduce the cost of insurance. This is good to know. Your agent can give you more information on the following ways to reduce your homeowner's insurance premium. The first one is an alarm system. You may be eligible for a substantial discount on your homeowner's insurance premium if you install a security alarm system in your home. No, I got 2 cats, so why do I need an alarm? The cats will make some kind of noise if somebody breaks in. Let's see, your deductible. By raising your deductible, you may achieve a substantial premium savings. Well, then why do I have insurance if I have to raise my deductible? So basically, if something happens, I end up paying for myself. That's not insurance. I can do that myself by canceling my insurance and just putting the money in the bank and getting ready for an emergency. Let's see, losses. In most states, you may receive a loss-free renewal credit on your premium if you have not filed any claims on your homeowner's insurance policy for a 3-year period. Well, I went 17 years without filing a claim, so I never thought of that. Let me see, renovate your home. Old roofing, plumbing, electrical, and heating systems are major causes of homeowner insurance losses. If your home is over 20 years old and you replace any of these systems in your home, you may be eligible for a substantial discount. Okay, almost 20 years old. I think it's 18 years old now. Let's see, multi-policy credit. Insuring your auto policy may allow you to receive an additional 5% discount on your home policy. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Market value and replacement costs. Market value or sales value is the price at which the property will sell within a reasonable period of time and is known as the fair market value. Market value is often determined by a real estate agent or broker based upon sales of comparable properties. Market value is not a good indicator of the replacement cost of your home, since it takes into consideration how much the property may sell for, not the cost to rebuild the property. Homeowners insurance coverage should not be based on the sale price or market value. That makes sense. So, if my house is destroyed, they are going to pay me what it would cost to build a new house, not what it would have cost to sell my house and get the cash for it. So, it could be substantially higher than if I had sold my house. So if my home sells for $300,000 in the market, but it costs like $400,000 if I wanted to build a new one, they would actually give me the $400,000. So I got that going for me, which is nice. And we are 19 minutes through this video. Nice. 2/3 of the way there. And we're stopping under some electrical wires. I have no idea why. Did we hit something? Oh, there's the plane crashing. Okay, this is actually good. Watch this. He's going to stop, and I'm yelling at him, don't drive through the fire, you'll kill us. Look at that, you can see the seats on the plane. Don't drive through the fire. Don't drive. He's just got to drive through the fire. Look at that, the flames are coming in. I think it actually cleared before we drove through it, but I'm pretty sure we would have burst into flames. Okay, we're up to page 26 of 83. So, I don't think we're going to finish this whole policy. I I guess I'll have to save the rest of it for the next time we play a Dusty Trip because, like I said, I am not into this game. Because as an Xbox player, I can't figure out how to even put the wheel on the car. And I couldn't even get out of the house if it wasn't for AI Soccer opening the door for me at the beginning of the game. Okay. Then there's a whole bunch of definitions here. Definition: aircraft liability, hovercraft, hovercraft liability. I guess if I owned a hovercraft, I'd be covered for it. Let's see. Bodily injury means bodily harm, sickness, or disease, including required care, loss of services, and death that results. Employee. What does employee mean? It means an employee of an insured or an employee leased to an insured by a labor leasing form under an agreement between an insured and a labor leasing form. This is why lawyers get paid so much, because they type up like most of these 83 pages so it's all legally correct. Okay. I don't want to read any more definitions. I want to see the good stuff. Where's my meteor coverage? Grave markers. We will pay up to $5,000 for grave markers, including mausoleums on or away from the resident's premises for cause by a peril insurance against coverage C. This coverage does not increase the limits of the liability. So I guess if I am blown to bits, they will bury me in my backyard and give me $5,000 for a tombstone. So I get that going for me, which is nice. I'm back in this house again. Let me see if I can figure out how to open the door. Okay. Look at this. I'm pushing up on the right-hand joystick, and I actually open the door by myself. So I am becoming a pro at a Dusty Trip. Okay, let's see. Windstorm or hailstorm. This peril includes loss to watercraft of all types and their trailers, furnishing equipment, and outboard engines and motors, only while inside a fully enclosed building. Okay, I don't have any watercraft. Let's go into theft. This peril includes attempted theft and loss of property from a known place when it is likely that the property has been stolen. This occurs on the resident's premises, such as trailers, semi-trailers, and campers. Watercraft, again, this thing is obsessed with watercraft. That is one of my things in life is, there's like 5 things I will never do. And one is buy a boat, which is what they're talking about, watercraft. If you ever want to go out in the water, just go rent a boat for the day. Never buy a boat. What a nightmare it must be taking care of a boat. Buying insurance for a boat, buying a trailer for a boat, paying to store a boat. Worried about if somebody falls over and drowns off your boat. Having a license to operate a boat. Making sure everybody has flotation devices. I could go on and why you should never buy a boat. Let's see. Oh, here we go, falling objects. This peril does not include loss to property contained in a building unless the roof or an outside wall of the building is first damaged by the falling object. Damage to the falling object itself is not included. Okay, so if an airplane falls on my house, I am not covered unless the airplane penetrates the roof or the wall. But they will not cover the cost of the airplane itself. Okay, weight of ice, snow, or sleet. Don't really have to worry about this in Texas, but this peril means weight of ice, snow, or sleet, which causes damage to the property contained in a building. Ooh. Sudden and accidental tearing apart, cracking, burning, or bulging. This peril means sudden and accidental tearing apart, cracking, burning, or bulging of a steam or hot water heating system, an air conditioner, or automatic fire protective sprinkler system, or any appliance for heating water. We do not cover loss caused by or resulting from freezing under this peril. So if my water heater explodes, I don't understand. I might be covered, I might not be. I don't know why a water heater would ever freeze. Did you ever hear anybody call it a hot water heater? Why would you ever have to heat hot water? It's already hot. It's called a water heater, not a hot water heater. Okay, let's see. Oh, nuclear hazard. This will come in handy for when I'm playing Underground Wars, because I often launch nuclear weapons. Let me see how much time I got left. Oh, I got 5 minutes left to read about nuclear hazards. Nuclear hazard means any nuclear reaction, radiation, or radioactive contamination, all whether controlled or uncontrolled, or however caused, or any consequence of any of these. So I guess if I build a nuclear reactor in my garage and it melts down, I may or may not be covered for that. Let's see. Loss caused by the nuclear hazard will not be considered loss caused by fire, explosion, or smoke, whether these perils are specifically named and are otherwise included within the perils insurance are insured against. This policy does not apply under Section 1 to loss caused directly or indirectly by nuclear hazard, except that direct loss by fire resulting from the nuclear hazard is covered. So if my house gets exploded by a nuclear weapon, I'm not covered for the weapon itself, but if it catches on fire because of the nuclear weapon, then I'm covered. All right. Let's see, medical payments, that sounds boring. Special provisions for Texas, that sounds boring. Cancellation, good luck with that. I'm skipping pages here. Water backup and sump discharge or overflow. Catastrophic protection. Okay, let's see, catastrophic. We will provide an additional limit of coverage in the amount of $415,000 for covered losses in accordance with the following. There is a covered loss to the residence premises insured under this policy. The dollar value of the covered loss of the residence premises exceeds the covered limit liability, which is $415,000, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, why is the sky turning purple in a dusty trip? Don't know. We got about 4 minutes left, though. We are actually getting to the end. Okay, water damage coverage. U.S. Treasury Department Office for Foreign Assets Control. Texas Flood Insurance Disclosure Notice. How to contact my agent. Notice of cancellation. If your insurance company cancels your policy, they must let you know by mail at least 10 days before the effective date of cancellation. Okay. I have a right to ask questions. That's good to know. Seeing as how I'm paying $2,000 a year, I better have a right to ask questions. Notice of non-renewal. Your insurance company must send you a notice that they are not renewing your policy within 60 days of when your policy expires. Okay. Well, this whole thing just said they are renewing my policy. Okay, let's see. We are now up to page... How did I get back to page 10 of 83? I was on page like 90 already. Either way. Okay, folks. That's all I've got to talk about the Millennial Specialty Insurance policy that I had sitting next to me when I started playing a dusty trip. What else do I have over here? I got a pack of Uno cards. I've got some lip balm, strawberry, moisturizing and soothing. Net weight 0.15 ounces or 4.2 grams. Ingredients, coconut. Can't even read this. Another one was too small. So if I'm allergic to any of this, I wouldn't be able to see what's in here. Oh, flavor, shea butter, strawberry. Good enough to eat. And it's made by the Dembski company. I buy these things by the gross. I get them off of Amazon. It's like a giant pack of lip balm with like 400 in there, all different flavors. And it's cool. But the one thing I noticed ever since the pandemic started. You used to be able to buy chapstick and the thing would last like 6 months. But now you buy them and they've made it smaller and smaller. The tube is the same size, but the amount of lip balm that they actually have that comes out when you turn it at the bottom is about like a fourth of what they used to have. So they are ripping people off. They're not changing the price. They're just giving you less and less every couple of months. And unless you look at the weight, you'd never know it. So that's my complaint about lip balm. And what else do I got over here? I got some candy. I've got some sandpaper. I've got a mask. Oh, but we're almost out of time. We flipped over again. So anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed my narration of a dusty trip and my insurance policy and lip balm and whatever else I read, my lens cleaner. And that's the kind of quality entertainment you get when you tune into my channel. So I will see you all next time. You all take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.